Hi everybody, this is Ruth Van Skyver. I'm sending this video out to my engineering and medically oriented friends to get some feedback from you, hopefully, on a mask design that I put together. My objective is to share this with anyone who wants it and to provide some data and research that supports wearing masks, ultimately to increase the percentage of people wearing masks in public. First of all, my thought was to be able to make it at home with materials that you have at home, to use it when you go out in public, to make it washable, adjustable, comfortable, obviously to block droplets to and from the wearer. I'm not trying to block aerosolized particles or surface particles, the three ways which this virus is transmitted, aerosol, droplets, and surface. This is just to protect droplets. The materials that I selected were based on what people have at home, but also on a report that I found. You may have seen this. It shows that antimicrobial pillowcase is 65% effective, a cotton mix 74.6%, and then a regular pillowcase 61.2%, in comparison with a surgical mask, which is 96.35%. Vacuum cleaner bags also good, but those are not washable, so I opted not to do that. Also, people don't generally have a huge number of those around. My thought was that people would make enough for everybody in their household to have one or two of these, and then when you came home from grocery shopping, you could, put it in the laundry. So the idea here is that this external is a cotton poly blend sheet. It sounds like cotton poly blend might be slightly more effective than just regular cotton, but I don't know if the difference is all that much. So I guess I'm going to suggest using either one. And the inside is a t-shirt material. I cut up an old t-shirt. And then the side pieces are a seam binding, which you can either, if you have some, use that, or you can make your own. This is elastic with a slider here that you can adjust the sizing. I ran out of elastic, so I made one with string, which actually turned out to be fairly comfortable. The string attaches here and then slides in this little slot here, and then this is a slider knot, that you use to make friendship bracelets, that allows you to adjust the size. So you can adjust it once, and then once it's set, you can just put it on. All right, this is to show the importance of adjustability. Here is my lovely husband, Jason, and you can see the knot right there is all the way at the end, and we looked at this distance from eye to ear on him is much longer than on me, and so the same mask was definitely not comfortable. If I designed it for me, it was way too small for him. So let me show you it on me too. So this is the setting that Jason had it on, and note how loose it is for me. So what I would do is maybe tie another knot here to tighten it up for myself. That's probably good for me. Thank you. The one other thing is that there's a metal piece of copper in the nose bridge that allows you to shape this around the nose. I also plan to include different options for people if they don't have all the materials. For example, if you don't have this copper wire, you could put a thin paper clip in here. It's not as good, but let's see, I have, this was like a double t-shirt version, which I decided not to use, but this has a paper clip in here, and you can see it does bend, and it's a little stiffer, but it will hold it on your nose. What I like about having a nose bridge is that when you wear goggles with this, which is a really good idea, or just safety glasses, it helps minimize the amount of air that's going up under your glasses and causing them to fog, which is very annoying. So I was hoping that by making this as comfortable as possible, adjustable with the ears, that people would be inclined to wear it longer. Regarding washing it, I think you could just put it in the laundry. The one thing I don't know is what happens to this when, it gets all bent up in the laundry. Certainly you can bend it out back. Another idea I had was just to dip it for, I don't know how long, but I understand that this virus just needs to be at 160 degrees for a certain length of time. So if you put it in boiling water for a certain length of time, then that would sterilize it, and then you could probably just line dry it, or once it's sterilized, hand wash it. There's probably a bunch of options there. I haven't completely thought that through yet. If you have any suggestions, please let me know on that. I think that's basically it. The one thing that might be difficult, I don't know how many of you sew, but ends up being fairly thick. So I'm not quite sure how people are going, if people's sewing machines don't handle, this is, let's see, 1, 2, 3 double layers. So that's 6 layers plus 1, 2, 3, 4 of the seam binding. So essentially, when you're sewing through this, it's 10 layers of material. 3 t-shirt, 3 sheet, and 4 of the seam binding. So that could be problematic for a regular sewing machine. I managed to break the motor on my regular sewing machine earlier, and I had it replaced, and it's not as strong now, so I'm not sure. But I suppose you could hand sew this if you wanted to. If you have any feedback, I'd love to hear it. And then my plan is to make a how-to video on this, hopefully in the next couple days. So let me know. Thanks. Hope everybody's staying safe. Bye.